What a fantastic session with great dialogue and great insight. For more on these topics, check out the resources found on the session agenda. They are also being posted in the chat, so keep an eye out for those. A reminder that the hashtag for today is #RestoreTogether. Let's have a look at some of the comments that we see on social today. So one here, it says, I like the part when one of the panelists said that this is not a decade of tree planting, but a decade of ecosystem restoration. Thank you. Yes, it definitely resonated with that. Another, learning from today, restoration can start with people not planting trees. Restoration should not only focus on forests, but also grasslands, wetlands, and so on. And our last comment that we're going to spotlight, we should plant trees that will be adapted to the future climate of the land use. Thank you everyone for your engagement on social media. We want to keep hearing them, keep them coming. We appreciate them and we love them. Now we will now have a break, but first we will have a short inspirational talk by Steve Makungwa, Senior Lecturer of Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources and GLFx Lilongwe Chapter Lead.
Malawi's landscapes are heavily degraded. We are experiencing many challenges in terms of food security, shortages of water, and also increased vulnerability to climate change impacts. The government of Malawi took an initiative to community safe to restore 4.5 million hectares of land by 2030. Now for the country to get to that, it faces a lot of barriers. One of the major barriers that we have in the country is the inadequate capacity of the personnel who are pushing for this landscape restoration in the country. The Center for Applied System Analysis, in collaboration with the International Union of Forest Research Organization, IUFRO, developed a proposal to work and again build the capacity of FRR facilitators and practitioners in the country. One, realizing that forest landscape restoration is a social process that engaged or that involves so many stakeholders. The second aspect we considered was that making a distinct separation or realization that there are so many players within forest landscape restoration, ranging from the policymakers, the practitioners themselves, and also the people at the ground itself. Because of these three categories, our approach was that each category should be managed different from the other depending upon the needs of that particular category. For example, the first category that we focus on is for the policymakers, especially the three arms of government, the executive, the judiciary, and also the legislator. They needed to have knowledge about forest landscape restoration, more especially the right mix of regulations and policies that can enable the local actors to accelerate forest landscape restoration on the ground. This leader approach requires awareness raising to understand about all these issues, which can be implemented through either panel discussion or different forms that can suit that particular category. The second level of capacity building are the frontline staff, who needs to have knowledge of planning, monitoring, and also communicating this forest landscape restoration to enable the farmers be able to interact and resolve challenges that they're able to face as they're implementing forest landscape restoration at the ground. Then the third category are the farmers themselves. They really require to work together with those people that are facilitators so that they can design and also co-develop forest landscape restoration and improvement on the ground, where the frontline staff, they are with the farmers throughout the entire process, and at the end of the day, the farmers, they're able to do all these aspects on their own. Looking at these three aspects, that is the design which were based on the wide experience of IUFRO, we found that this is an approach that can actually enhance capacity building on the ground and be able to accelerate forest landscape restoration as we are all on this journey of restoring our degraded landscapes.